We are looking at the winds continuing to pick up here. I know there's a lot of folks kind of waking up seeing a quarter of an inch, half inch of snow. This really isn't, in a lot of cases, like a generic snowstorm in the way of we're playing gotcha with every little inch that we're getting on your backyard porch. This is about the traveling conditions for southern and southeastern parts of the state where the greatest effects are going to be. It is going to be a lot less than that for central, western, and northern parts where you're going to see a small amount of accumulation out of it and a breeze. For temperatures, we're expecting them to remain in the 20s. That means that this will be kind of more of a middle-of-the-road consistency as opposed to the wetter snow we saw on Friday night. We do have the blizzard warning for Manchester and Nashua to the coastline. That's the best chance in this zone to see visibilities under 1/8 of a mile. A combination of the gusty winds over 35 to even over 40 miles an hour at the coastline, as well as the more organized snow, which has really started to kick in now just in the last hour or so in southeastern parts of the state. Farther back to the north and west from Manchester, Nashua, and the coastline, this is more of your generic snowfall. And again, we have wind in some spots. Places like Rindge and Jaffrey have been seeing the wind early this morning, up a bit in elevation, so it isn't just exactly where it ends from Manchester and Nashua to the coastline. But again, the effects will become gradually less the farther west and the farther north you go. We are looking at lower visibility, blowing snow, and some tougher travel as we go through the day today. Things will improve greatly later this afternoon for most areas as the snow winds down, while closer to the coast it winds down early this evening. Toughest travel is going to be during the daylight hours today. It improves quite a bit by mid to late evening. A much better day with partial sunshine tomorrow and a little bit of light snow expected on Wednesday. So I want you to notice here not only the snowfall trying to nudge northward unsuccessfully, but notice these darker shades here just starting to fill in across southern parts of the state. All the while with the forecast, the height of this storm system has been from about 9 o'clock in the morning to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that is what we are now starting to see play out as the track of the storm continues to head northeast and it continues to strengthen up into the Gulf of Maine. So again, the darker shades for southern areas mean lower visibility, higher snowfall rates, and the gustier winds closer to that storm center here over the next few hours. So again, temperatures kind of holding in the 20s. There are your max amounts. And again, really isn't a lot about the snowfall amounts here. These are going to really drop off quickly the farther north and west you go. It is all about the traveling conditions and that combination of the snow intensity to go along with the wind. For the timeline on all of it, let's head over to meteorologist Matt Honig with more.
We're just kind of getting into the worst of the conditions the next couple of hours, Kevin, especially late morning into very early afternoon. And not just with the intense snowfall, but also the stronger winds that come with this storm system. We're gusting up near 30 miles per hour in Rochester and in Portsmouth this morning. So that combined with some of those more moderate bands of snow working into southeastern New Hampshire, creating extremely difficult travel conditions, much lower visibility. And as Kevin mentioned, even parts of the Merrimack Valley, higher elevations of the Monadnock region, seeing some gusts out there this morning. Nothing like what they are seeing in southern parts of New England. At Logan Airport down in Boston, a recent wind gust up around 60 miles per hour, approaching 70 miles per hour for the Outer Cape and Nantucket. This is where it truly is a full-fledged blizzard, and we really just remain right on the extreme northern edge of things through today. With that said, the winds steadily increasing for the next several hours. By late morning and early afternoon, some gusts approaching 45 to even close to 50 miles per hour right along the immediate coastline. That combined with very low visibility is what creates those near blizzard conditions, and you can see we are already seeing some lower visibility down to around a quarter mile from the coastline back through Nashua and Jaffrey. That's where we have the combination of the heaviest snow and the stronger winds. If we get that for 3 consecutive hours, that is technically what is considered a blizzard, and we will most likely have that taking place along the immediate coastline. That's also where we find some coastal flooding concerns later on today with the next high tide cycle coming in around 3:30. Could be some minor splash over and pockets of coastal flooding, especially right along Ocean Boulevard, some of the low-lying areas through the Hampton Flats, the Riverside neighborhood of Seabrook, those typical spots in storms that tend to fill up with water. We get some of that around 3:30 today. Let's talk about when the storm winds down and even the chance for a bit more snow later on this week. Kevin has much more on that.
Yeah, as mentioned, kind of that back edge for most areas is later this afternoon, but certainly early this evening for southeastern parts of the state. quieter skies for us tomorrow, a chance to kind of clean up, and then more light snow starting to move in as we go later into the day. Wednesday does look like this starts in the morning and is a quick 1 to 3 inch accumulation before gradually winding down later in the afternoon. As far as the 7-day forecast, the 20s that we have out there today replaced to near 30 with some sunshine and a lingering breeze tomorrow. Notice temperatures later this week between 35 and 40. Those overnight lows also starting to come up quite a bit, and you're talking lower 40s with partial sunshine by the time we get toward the weekend. So things quieting down dramatically by the time we get there.